Hey guys, we are now live. Hopefully you can hear me. Put a Y in the chat if you can hear me. I thought I was going to be late today, but I just want to say to you, hold on, I got a piece of candy in my mouth. At the top of every video I put out, please make sure you go and support Michelle's cousin's channel. This is the third day that this interview's been out. I don't know who she did it with. I really don't care who she did it with because, to be honest with you, Michelle's cousin could have told this story by herself. I think the person that was interviewing her was, all these dates he was asking her. You could tell she's very frustrated, mainly with Michelle's family, because everyone keeps saying, oh, Michelle's back with her family. But like she said, keeping it real, Michelle's back with the family, the same family that um, allowed Queen Opp to abuse her for 15 years. So, it's like Team Michelle, and good thing, good for Michelle. She's back with her family, but this is the same family that was aware of what was going on when she was going through what she was going through. So you're gonna see in this interview when you listen, and I am taking offense. I mean, I'm defend the cousin because I feel like the interviewer, she was more into wanting to just tell the story. All the you're gonna hear him talking about dates and stuff that to me that's not relevant. People that been following Queen Opp, all the cousin had to do was tell the story. People would already know the dates. They would already know the timeline and all that. But you can tell that the cousin's very frustrated. She started a platform, I guess it was 3 days ago. Please make sure y'all go over and subscribe to her channel after you listen to this interview, because she's gonna do more interviewing. Well, she's gonna be doing more videos, and also not only just on her cousin, but on this topic, because she's frustrated that the family allowed this to happen for this long. So I'm gonna start the video, and this is a live video commentary. So I will be saying my opinions throughout the video. This is a commentary channel, but I just want you to listen to what the cousin had to say, because the last interview we listened to was a couple of years ago. This was only a couple of days ago. That a cousin of hers explained the story of Michelle's childhood, so we can get an understanding of why she may have allowed Queen Opp to do this to her, and just a lot of stuff that maybe even her family right now is probably pissed at the cousin for even getting on public, social media and telling people. And I respect her for that. So just make sure you support her channel and go subscribe. So I'm gonna start the video now. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button.
My childhood with Shell, it was pleasant. That was my baby cousin. We're 5 years apart in age. I'm 41, she's 36.
Okay.
Okay. So we had a good childhood. Again, we would spend the night at each other's houses. Sometimes my dad would take us to the zoo or whatever. Her mom, my cousin, would have barbecues and little gatherings for the kids, Easter egg hunts, all that type of stuff. It was nice. It was ideal. It was pleasant. It was what your typical ideal happy relationship would be with your cousin.
How do you how do you recall Shell getting along with others growing up?
Shell was a sweetheart. Let me tell you, Shell was so pleasant and friendly.
Also, don't get offended because the cousin's gonna be brutally honest. Especially when she talks about Michelle's mental illness that the family ignored, and a lot of families do it because we talk about it all the time on my platform. They either they want to ignore the problem, or they feel like they can't do nothing about it, so they don't, and they neglect it. And this is how sometimes they turn out. She's brutally honest when the man was asking her questions about Michelle, when she said Michelle's mind's like a child. Don't get offended when she says any of these things. I feel as though she's being brutally honest. We don't need somebody that's gonna um um play ring around the rosy when we're trying to get down to the bottom of how this could have happened. So, don't take offense. This might be kind of sensitive, some of the stuff that she's saying, but you can tell in her voice she's frustrated.
If you didn't like Shell, something was wrong with you. For real. If you didn't like Shell, something was wrong with you. She wasn't a troublemaker. She was very nice, soft spoken, agreeable, cordial, polite. I can go on and on. That's why I'm leery, and I might be digressing again, Supreme. I might be digressing again. That's why I'm leery of anybody that says they are Shell supporter. Because to know Shell is to really know her at her core. She wouldn't hurt a fly, for real.
But her at her core, is there something wrong? Can you see that something's wrong? Like when, if so, if you can see that there's something wrong, when did you see that there was something wrong?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. When I say that something was wrong with Shell, was when she was at that age where you go through puberty. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you get your menstrual cycle, when you start liking the opposite sex,
So
when you want to rebel against your
so
parents.
she's what, 11, 12,
So 11
13?
or 12, and at that time I'm about 17. So as I'm almost leaving high school, she's entering high school, right? So I had already been through the pubescent stage. So I'm already knowing, like, damn, she's at the pubescent stage that I was at 5 years ago, and she's still the Shell that I knew at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. That's when I knew something was wrong. I don't want to I don't want to say wrong. I say different.
Well,
Let me rephrase it. Not wrong, but different.
okay. So what, at what age then would you say you were that you noticed that something was different?
17 or 18.
So for you
Matter
to,
of fact, oh my God. Hold up. No, no, no. Even before that, even before 17 or 18, I'm going to say when I was 13, Shell would have been 8. She still wasn't operating at the same level of other kids her age, even when I was young. Unfortunately, I can't pinpoint the age, but what I can tell you is that I knew early on that she wasn't thinking and carrying herself like.
This video is not live, and it's at the top of the description box of every video that I posted today. And I said that at the beginning of this video. The video is not live. This video interview was done 3 days ago on the channel I'm asking you to subscribe to support the cousin who is on this live interview right now talking. This is not a live interview. So it's not no let's run over to the live because it's live. It's not live. This was as of today makes 3 days that she did this interview on the channel. Okay, I'm just asking you to make sure you go over and support the channel by subscribing to the channel. This is the same video she has on her channel that I have on my channel right now.
Other people her
Same
age.
video.
what type of classes was
You're
in
not
her
going to hear
schooling?
nothing
Like, was
different.
she in any special classes for developmentally challenged?
I don't know if she was in developmentally delayed or classes for special needs children. I didn't know. Because remember, we're just
Hey,
cousins. We don't
Fuzzy
know all of
Snapdragon.
what's going on. We just get together for barbecues and things like that. What I can tell you is that Shell dad, Big Kirby, he kept them in good schools.
Right.
He kept them in private schools, whatever. But I can't tell you if she was in developmentally
Hey,
delayed
Genty.
classes or not. I don't know that. I can't really.
So from So from the time based on the time you say you noticed that there was something wrong, obviously you didn't. You had to come draw to this conclusion. You had to come to this conclusion on your own at the age that you were.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. I was already, and not to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn. I've always been a very bright, brilliant, studious, intuitive child. Always like to read. If I would miss a day at school, I would get upset. You know how other kids, they want to miss a day from school. Me, if I missed a day from school, I would actually feel ashamed of myself for missing a day at school. So I was very discerning, very intuitive, very intelligent
They sure don't.
as a child.
Those private
Okay,
schools.
well, this you was a child. This is how can a child grasp this much? How is it that you as a child
She knew it
was
because her
able
her own mother was saying it. Her
to
parents were
see
saying it.
this, but not the parents, not any adults? Why weren't any adults around you talking like you're talking right now as an adult? You're a child and you noticed something was wrong. Why wasn't there adults already saying, "Hey, hey, Michelle needs
Thank you,
special treatment.
Genty.
Y'all, be careful around
Thank
her.
you,
Make sure
Super.
you know she's taken care of properly." Like these discussions were never had with you as a youth. Like,
There were adults around that noticed that something was wrong. They just wasn't Shell's parents.
Right.
Shell's immediate
They were
family,
in
the
in
parents in
denial.
particular, and the grandmother, rest in peace, my Aunt Alice, rest in peace, who y'all the internet know as Mabel. They're the ones that didn't have the discussions. But I honestly think that they knew it was just too embarrassing for them to admit.
oh,
And so they just went on with life pretending that she wasn't challenged. My
oh,
mom already knew. My dad
right.
already knew. My grandmother. We all knew, like, you know what I mean? We every day knew.
Did Randy finish, or did Shelvin finish high school, or attend college for that matter?
I honestly can't. Let me see. Did she graduate high school? I don't know. I honestly don't know if she graduated high school. But at the same time, think of it like this: we talking about the Philadelphia school system. They passing anybody in the inner city, depending on what school you go to. They getting you out of there.
And
So it's that's I mean, even if she did graduate high school, what does that mean? Because this the Philadelphia school system,
right,
the city of Philadelphia school state. You know what I
right.
mean?
In your opinion, is Shell a normal functioning adult?
No, she's not. No, she's not a fully functioning adult. And the evidence was on display. The evidence has been on display for 15 years that she is not a fully functioning adult. The way that she has been degraded and abused and humiliated and I don't want to say agreed because she can't think for herself. But the way that she was done for years tells anyone who is a fully functioning adult with a fully developed mind
15
can
years.
clearly see that this woman is special needs.
Yep.
Am I right or
15
am I
years to
wrong?
go through that
So,
is
in your
crazy.
opinion, Shell not being a normal functioning adult, can she live on her own?
No, she cannot live on her own. No, she absolutely
Maybe so.
cannot.
She
And I'm
could
going to
be
tell
too
you why.
super
If she
pretty.
live on her own, which also means if she goes out and gets a job.
Let me just say something to you. The cousin's brutally honest because she's telling you as a kid what she remembers that adults were saying. The dude that's interviewing her, he sounds like uh, a little challenged himself. You can tell she's kind of frustrated because she's trying to make him understand as a child it wasn't, she saw it because you know how when you're around grown folks and they're talking, or you're in another room, you overhear stuff. She knew as a kid that the other grown people, if they weren't Michelle's parents, they were saying something ain't right with Michelle. And kids are like sponges. So she's repeating and remembers as a kid what she heard from the adults. The only one that wasn't talking about that Michelle needed help and they were ignoring it was her parents. That's what she's trying to say. She's trying to explain this to the interviewer, but he sounds like he's a little bit delayed too. But she's explaining it, and she's keeping it real, even if it comes across a little bit, like, no, she didn't say that. She's being brutally honest. There has been an issue with Michelle way before Queen Opp. And if the family would have addressed it when she was younger, she may not have ended up with a Queen Opp.
Applies for a job, which really she wouldn't even do that if she lived on her own because she needs somebody to tell her to go get a job. But anyway, no, she's not a fully functioning adult that cannot live on her own.
I don't believe it either.
Anybody that's seen the videos will see she was
Yep.
intent with
You're
life
right about
with
that
just playing
fictional
video
Twilight.
games. Even the
Michelle's
bird
sister
Opp
seeing
said
a
it.
little challenge. Yep.
The bird Opp said all she do,
I'm
and
trying
she
to
has
tell
said
you.
this on multiple occasions, because I've been keeping up. I've been watching these videos because my cousin on here. This my family member. This my loved one. I mean, because you being a family member don't really mean anything to me, but this is somebody that I care about. And knowing that she has a disability, and I was keeping up with it.
He's a journalist.
And on
He's
multiple
supposed to act
occasions, the bird
to
Opp
make
said
sure the audience
all
understands.
she do is want to sit here and play video games. Well, I wonder why. So why a fully functioning adult is not going to want to play video games all day, right?
That's a good point.
I mean, it only makes sense.
So why is this being allowed to happen?
DPD.
If all of this that you say if all of this you say is true, how could something like this happen?
This happened because the proper protective measures were not put in place.
Mm-hmm.
Shell can't be protected because she wasn't protected.
Yep, you said it right.
Let me say that
Natasha.
again.
The black community lacks education on
over
handling
a lot
mental.
of people heads.
Yep. They don't want to deal with the issue.
Shell
Public schools lack to
wasn't
help the
protected
mental
because
illness.
she wasn't
Yep.
protected. Meaning
Passing them along.
she
Yep.
wasn't protected because she wasn't protected.
I
She
believe
was
that
supposed
because
to
I
have
saw
been
it with
evaluated
Michelle.
and assessed by a mental health, behavioral health professional early.
Yep.
And I know for a fact
Yep.
that her parents, and you know what?
Yep.
Especially her dad, her pops, this man is a chemical engineer.
This is Kirby, Big Kirby.
This is Big Kirby.
Yep.
This is Big Kirby. Her dad is intelligent. This man is a chemical engineer.
So it's not like he ain't educated. Right. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. Anybody knows that was something wrong with the kid.
Other
Come on.
Kids her
Let's
age.
stop.
I know this for a fact. He's too intelligent not to know.
Come on. They was ignoring it.
So this was allowed to happen because of delusion, because of denial, because of embarrassment, because
and
of
she definitely can't live.
The
She
willingness
can't live alone.
to admit
Exactly.
and accept that your child has special needs. I see women on Facebook all the time.
In denial. In denial, Audrey.
Beautiful when I see it. I see young women posting about.
Everybody in this comment section right now is on point, and I'm glad that you're really listening to what this lady is saying, because the sister a couple of years ago did a interview on Big O with Empress, and she sounded like she was a little delayed too, and you can tell she was going tippy-toeing around the whole story, even about when she asked about did Queen Opp go to Atlanta and put her hands on Michelle and she was in jail for 30 days. The sister said, I don't know how long she was in it. Just tippy toeing around like she was scared. The cousin is telling you whether you want to hear it or not, what the truth is. And that's what I like about her. She's telling the truth, and shame the devil.
The special needs children that they have, and how they are so stressed out,
I listened to this
and
whole
how it's
live,
such hard
and I
work
put this
to
whole
take
live
care of a
on my
child, or
channel
like
so
the
y'all could
child
hear
might
it.
be autistic or have some
And I
sort of
don't do
special
that no more.
needs. But you know what they're doing? They're not denying.
Right.
Let me say that again. They're not denying that their child is special needs. What
Right.
they're doing is admitting and accepting, and then they can take it from there.
They could do something about it.
And there's no judgment.
Right.
I can't imagine taking care of a special needs child. Just having a child, my 13-year-old daughter is so sharp and brilliant. I learn from her daily. She want to put hands on a bird right now. She would never spin off with a chick like that because
I was
I raised
speechless
her.
too when I heard it.
I mean, I'm listening to you now.
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
You definitely are. You're an honorable
Thank you.
woman.
And even with her being bright, brilliant, intelligent, it's still hard. Every mother knows this. Every father, every parent who's active in their child's life know it's not a cakewalk.
It isn't.
Taking care of a child. So imagine taking care of a child that you know has special needs. That's
Right.
hard. It's still no excuse.
Welcome.
She could have been placed in a home
Welcome. New
if her
to your
parents
platform.
didn't feel like they were prepared or ready or equipped to care for a child with special needs. At least that way, they could check in on
Yep,
her.
she did. In the late
We
ATL.
wouldn't have to wait till the damn Upper Darby Township police to kick in the chick door to get her after
Yep.
15 years.
After
They could have went
15
in
years.
there, any signs of abuse, we getting them up out of there.
Have you ever recalled her to be in any relationships?
I don't recall her being in any relationships, and I'm gonna tell you why. When I would see Shell, my bad. When I would see Shell, she was like a kid. She was like a 7-year-old. She just wanted to play her game.
Randy is her childhood name.
Randy is the name that we call her. Michelle's her government name. Her government name that y'all all know. We call her Randy. That's what I grew up calling her. I never knew her to be in any relationship because I didn't never even thought of her being in a relationship. Like the thought of it was beyond me.
When was the last time you saw her?
The last time I saw her was at ShopRite.
And how long ago was that? ShopRite is the local grocery store.
ShopRite is the local grocery store in Philly. It's a local grocery store on the East Coast. They got one in Jersey,
And
Philly, New York.
didn't Queen Opp work there
And
too
the
at
ShopRite that
ShopRite?
she worked at is literally like 5 minutes away from where we lived at. It's like a 3-minute bus ride. And if you want to get your exercise on and hike a little bit, you can actually walk. My grandma used to walk there. I'm saying this to say how close it was to home. So the last time I seen her,
You're right about that, Genty.
the last time
Or
I
a
seen
couple
her
of them.
was before my daughter was born, and my daughter's 13 years old. So that's telling you how long ago that was.
Yeah.
And when I seen her, I was like, "Hey, cuz, hey, Randy," and she kind of smiled a little bit, but she looked like she wasn't allowed to speak to me. She had a look like if she spoke to me, she was gonna get in trouble. Listen to what I'm saying right now.
So, well, because this leads me to my next question. I was going to ask you, do you know who Queen Opp is?
Thank you.
Now I know, but then I didn't know who Queen Opp was. What I knew, based on me calling Kirby, her sister, one day, I said, "What's up, cuz?" I said, "What's up with Randy? How Randy doing?" Kirby said, "She
That's the
good.
sister. Kirby's the sister.
She all right.
Lion.
She moved down south with her girlfriend."
Talking about Queen Opp.
And that was that.
Down to Atlanta.
That was that.
And this is approximately 15 years ago?
This was at least 15 years ago. Because again, this is
15 years ago. She would have been approximately
15 years ago. She would have been
2022, 23.
21.
She been knowing Queen
Yeah,
Opp for
that's
about
about right
15
because
years.
I
They've
didn't
been
have my
friends.
daughter then. I had my
Yep.
son who's now 21 years old and he was a
They've been
toddler.
friends
And
for a
this is a
minute.
person who
Almost.
in your opinion, is developmentally challenged.
Yes,
Oh, big time. She gotta
absolutely.
be. She gotta
And
be.
she was living in another state with basically a stranger. She's not
Basic a
family.
stranger. But hold up. Let me tell you this. I have to mention this, and I don't care who feelings I step on. I don't care because this is about justice for Shell, right? Justice for Shell hashtag is trending right now. I also was told that while my cousin Shell was working at ShopRite,
She was watching her kid.
she would babysit our first son, the one who's now living with some adoptive parents or whatever. She would watch our first son, first or second, in case I'm. Anyway, she was watching our son at her mother's house when they was working at ShopRite together. When I found that out, I couldn't believe it
Why is this being allowed to happen?
because the parents was in denial for years about Shell being mentally disabled. They wanted her to not be mentally disabled, so they pretended that she wasn't and sent her out in the world, a world that she is incapable of navigating
And I know people that have done
because
it
she
that I've grown
actually
up
needs
with.
someone to think for her 24/7. I mean, for real, like literally.
We all know somebody like that. Come
So
on.
she was allowed to babysit a chick that. How many people was going to babysit a child that she worked with? I mean,
Yep.
come on, let's be for real. How many people going to babysit somebody's child just because y'all work together?
Right.
Where
Exactly.
is
That's
she,
not a typical
That right there
situation.
ain't
where is she
normal.
babysitting this child?
At
At
her
her
mother's
parents'
house,
house.
2 minutes away from where I was living at.
Her
2 minutes. It's not
her
even two
mother never
minutes.
questioned that
No,
you know about.
no,
Not even
no,
her sister.
no. Because again, when you're in denial and operating from delusion and you don't want to believe what is, see,
Mm-hmm.
what happened is they didn't want to believe that Shell was mentally challenged. So they wanted to pretend that she wasn't. And now look, had they admitted and accepted that she was mentally challenged, we wouldn't be sitting here right now having
Nope.
this conversation.
Nope.
She would have never been able to be taken, and I'm using that word and I'm emphasizing it. She would have never been taken by a
Best
chick like
expression
Queen
Michelle
Opp
doesn't need.
because they would have admitted and accepted that she was mentally challenged. They would not have been embarrassed. They would have got over the embarrassment. I'm not even saying that's not a normal emotion to have. But when you deny it, what's really going on, look what happens.
If you don't like it,
Do
you
you
can
feel Shell
leave,
can receive
miss.
an
As a
SSI
matter of
check?
fact, I'm gonna
Right.
remove you
Yeah,
because
she
I'm
can
a
receive an
commentary
SSI
channel,
check. Don't mentally challenged people receive
and I
SSI
hope my
checks all the
mods are in
time.
here to
Yeah, she
remove
can.
these
She
people.
qualifies for an SSI check.
I'm gonna keep your name right
I
up here
know
so I can
mentally
get rid of
challenged
you.
people that receive the SSI check and they don't even want the check when they still qualify for
Get
it.
rid of
Right.
yourself.
I'm not trying to laugh, but I'm trying to
Right.
be lighthearted about it because the situation is so devastating.
Right.
I can't allow my emotions to cloud
Bye.
what I need to say, what
I
I
don't
need to
know.
convey.
Oh, you're strong. You're strong. But back to these questions because I got a lot more.
Go ahead.
So, Shell, she seems to have garnered a lot of support. How much of it do you feel is sincere?
Maybe 1%.
Exactly.
One.
Because
Maybe
now
one.
all the people that
Maybe 1%.
used to help
And the
Queen
reason why
Opp
I
do what
say
she was
that
doing
is the
is
support
now
that
the
she's
supporters.
gotten is mostly from people who were once obsters.
Yep, that's true.
Okay. Yeah.
Now they want to
Yeah.
feel bad for Michelle, Team Michelle,
Yeah.
but was egging it on.
Most of the support that she's receiving is from people who found out that they was being played. They found out that the bird act was playing in their face, and then they jumped on the Justice for Shell train. That's just what it is.
Yep,
I'm
flip
not
side.
saying that there's people out there that were not from the very beginning disgusted by what they saw, but what I am saying, most people were kikiing and cacaing,
Hmm.
and oh, this just a skit, and she with it, and she's going along with it. It was more of them than it was people such as
Right.
myself and yourself who were disgusted by what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What do you see? What do you see for Shell's future?
I can't see anything right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. I can't see anything for her future right now because right now it's this. Oh, Shell's back home with her family, the same family she was with when she was taken by the bird Opp from ShopRite when they was working at ShopRite.
Right.
She's back home with the same people that couldn't protect her. And I'm not going to apologize for hurting somebody's feelings when I say that. I don't care. This is not about anybody but Shell. Me telling the truth is justice for Shell. I don't know what Shell's future holds. I can only predict what her future holds if I'm allowed to influence her. If I'm allowed to influence her mind and plant seeds in her mind, then I can predict what her future holds. Right now, I don't know. Cause
You,
she like again,
you
she with the
feel
same people that she was with when she was taken by the chick
That's how
Opp.
they
you,
met, right?
you say influence. You're her family. Why do you feel like you're not a influence to? I mean, I don't understand why you feel like you don't have the capability to influence her in any way, being that you are her cousin.
I'm gonna tell you why. I just tried to see her. I just tried to see her a week and a half ago when I was in Philly.
Really?
I text her cousin, I mean my cousin, my bad. I text her sister, my cousin Kirby. I didn't get a response. I said, hey, I'm gonna be in Philly on such and such date or whatever, and I want to come see you. I never got a response.
So you were in
But
Philly.
yet I'm seeing other people talking about can I come through and oh yeah, come through.
Wow.
So I was like,
You
oh
what do you
okay.
mean? You said you seeing all of this.
This on Facebook. On Facebook.
So you're saying that you went to Philadelphia, you tried to get in contact with your family, being Shell, her sister Kirby, and her
Exactly.
mother.
Yeah.
Ain't
You
no
I
way.
really
notified
wanted
them.
to see Shell. I'm gonna keep it 100. I really wanted to, I want yeah.
Well, you
I
sent.
really wanted to see Shell because she just been through hell. She
Mm-hmm.
just been through hell.
Okay, well, who did you contact? Why
I
did you
contacted her sister,
being Kirby?
Kirby, my cousin, yeah.
What was Kirby's response when you contacted
There
him?
was no response. I was left on red. There was no response. Which to this day I don't understand why. Because we grew up together. Remember?
So you was in Philadelphia. You didn't see.
No, and I wanted to. I talked to her on the phone though. Um, right after the Upper Darby Township Police kicked out Doran, about a couple days later, Tiffany Masika, called Kirby, my cousin, and I said, "Yeah, cuz, how she doing? Cuz I know she witnessed what I witnessed, which is Upper Darby Township Police kicking her door in." And I heard the cops, everybody heard it. Yeah, we taking her to the hospital or whatever.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So, that's why I'm doing this video. Kirby, she won't let me see her. And I don't understand why. I kind of have an understanding. I'm not going to speak on it yet.
Wait, wait. So you're doing the video. This video you're doing is basically because you can't see. You haven't seen your cousin since she's been home.
I haven't seen my cousin since she been home.
You haven't seen Shell
I
since she's
haven't
been.
seen Shell, and me and Shell grew up together. I told you I got pictures with Shell in my bedroom in our house that we lived on.
Why
in
do
Mount Airy, Philadelphia.
you feel like you're being blocked?
I feel like I'm being blocked for whatever dumb reason that I feel like I'm being blocked from seeing her, and I
Blocked
don't know
from
why.
who? Who do you feel is blocking
Uh, the person, her Kirby, her sister,
you?
the
Which is the
person
one you
who I
text?
contacted, I ain't text her mom because I mean I don't talk to her mom. Me and her mom not the one that grew up together. Her mom and my mom are the one that have the relationship. I have the relationship, or so I thought, or so I thought.
Right.
I just wanted to see my cousin. I wanted to hug her.
So you
I did
basically
talk to
you
her over the
ba-
phone for a minute.
They were
I
probably
told her I love
embarrassed
her and asked her how she was feeling. But I wanted to see her. I wanted to physically touch her. I wanted to hug her. I wanted her to receive my energy of love.
because that's what she
Pure
needs right
love and
now.
genuine love.
and you wasn't allowed to see her after she. You haven't
Nope.
seen her in
That's
how
what she
long?
said.
No. The last time I seen her was when I told you I was at ShopRite. And this was had to
About
be
15
15
years.
years ago when before my daughter was
All right,
born,
Jen.
who's 13. That was the last time I seen her.
So you've been resorted to doing a video.
I had to do a video. I don't even know what I'm doing
Accountable.
on here right
Yep,
now.
you're right,
I
Joy.
don't, you know what I mean? Do I sound clear? How does this video
I mean,
sound? Like I
this is
have to do a video in hopes that this
Well,
will.
we're getting the video
Can
out
I
for
see
you,
my
sis.
cousin?
Right. We're getting this video
Apparently,
out
other
for you.
people can. From what I seen on Facebook, under the post that was sent to other YouTube content creators, can I see my cousin? Somebody that genuinely loves her, not some chicks that claim to be her friend. My cousin did an interview, Kirby. She did an interview about my cousin with a young lady that's a content creator on here, who I'm very grateful
Exactly.
for,
It's not no skit.
who I would consider. I might be wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong. Who somebody I consider somebody who was always in support of Shell. The young lady that did the interview with my cousin. I don't know who it is. This was
well,
the interview my
She's talking
cousin
about
did
Empress.
well,
Empress Paris from, I think it's
about
Empress
my
Paris from
cousin
Big O.
Shell, her sister.
Yeah.
And the
That was a
interview was
couple of years
laughable.
ago.
really?
It was laughable because it painted Shell in a light that wasn't true. It painted
Right.
Shell in a false light. It painted Shell as someone
Did
who's just in a toxic relationship with her girlfriend
this
and
is
couldn't get out.
this is an
Right.
interview with her sister.
Empress. With
Yeah, this was an
Empress.
interview with Kirby, Shell's sister, my cousin.
Hmm.
Remember that
Yeah.
interview on Big
hmm
O? She's talking about
And
that
you
one.
said she painted a picture that was untrue.
Bird
Kirby
Opp
painted a
from
picture.
Yeah,
ShopRite.
she did.
What
And you
was
know what?
untrue?
I'm not
Can you recall what exactly was said or bits and
how
pieces?
intelligent she is, and she's so intelligent she getting men. Well,
Yep,
let
she
me
sure enough
discuss
did
that.
say
First
that.
of all, you don't have to be intelligent to get men. You could be a
Sure don't.
5-year-old and a man of sleep. You could be 3 years old. You could be a dog. You could be a horse, and a pervert will sleep with you. That's number one.
Yep.
Oh, she went to college. Well, going to college doesn't make you smart. It doesn't make you intelligent. It makes you smart. There's a difference between being smart and intelligent. Being smart meaning you know how to memorize information. You know how to regurgitate information. And she can't even do that. You have to
So
literally give her a script and beat it into her.
I mean, basically her future, she has to be basically what you're saying. She has to be handheld for.
That's exactly what I'm saying. She cannot navigate the world the way that me and you can and other fully functioning adults with fully developed minds
Now,
can.
this
She
is
can't do that.
Yep. Hurt
at
people, hurt
30
people.
something
This is
odd
at
years.
36. And I'm going to tell you this. And this is going to be a very inconvenient, painful truth to not only my family, my relatives, but to whoever. Even at 56, she's going to need somebody to think for her. This is just what it is. Instead of accepting the truth, what they did was pretend that she wasn't. And I'm not really all the way putting this on Kirby because she's just a sister. This really started with the parents.
Right.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, as the sister,
How can you
At a
treat
certain
someone like?
age,
I'm trying to tell
you
you, how
should
do
be
you treat
able to
somebody like an animal
see
like that?
through your parents' delusions and say, you know what? Forget what they saying.
Yep.
Something my sister needs to be taken care of. My sister can't navigate the world by herself. She's special needs. So to get on there and paint this picture like she's just this normal adult who just happened to fall in love with this chick and in a toxic relationship with Stockholm syndrome, it's laughable.
Yeah.
Even women who are or were in domestic violence situations. How many women you know that was in domestic violence situations what have been through what Shell been through?
Yeah, you got to be careful with
Let
that,
me tell you,
Sophia.
anybody can look this up. Look it up yourself. Women in domestic violence situations, a lot of them leave, even though they come back.
Yeah.
At least they leave.
Right.
Shell ain't even leave.
She didn't even try to
She had to
leave.
get the door. Upper Darby Township Police had to kick the door in. And what did Shell do? When the cops said we've been getting calls from all around the country, what she say?
She said it's fake.
The calls are fake.
I
Is that
can't
coming
believe
from a
that.
fully developed mind?
No, but you got two
The
black
calls
eyes.
are fake. That
Stockholm
black eye
syndrome.
not fake. That black
Right.
eye not fake. The
Yeah, that's
busted
crazy.
lips not fake.
They put lipstick on
Stockholm
her
syndrome's
lips
not
so you
fake.
couldn't see her lips swollen.
Even a
They
woman
And had
who
her
definitely
was
on her knees.
abused, and even a woman.
Listen, and had her on her knees in front of the camera, like. But they wasn't on social media for 2 weeks because her eyes must have been both closed. You could tell that they just started opening. Yeah, that's not fully all the way there.
In a domestic
Them
violence
lights ain't all the way
situation,
on.
they'll at least try to leave. They'll at least leave. They'll leave and go to a domestic violence shelter, even if they end up back with them. My bad,
Yep.
I was getting ready to cuss. Even if they end up back with the person that they was in a relationship with. What I'm trying to drive home here is that they at least left. Shell didn't even try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It had to come to a crisis.
Right. Right.
And they had to take her.
Right.
The
I
state
said the
had to
same
take
thing,
over.
Super Pretty. I said this dude that's doing this interview,
When
I
was the
said he's
first
acting like
time
he's a
you
little
heard of Queen
delayed.
Opp?
The first time
I
I
said the
heard of
same
Queen Opp
thing.
was on Facebook. I was on my Facebook, which is the only app that I'm active on.
And how many years ago was that?
Oh man,
Some of the questions he's asking
this
is
had to
just
be like,
slow.
nah, was this before my daughter was born? I used my daughter as a reference point because I had my kids almost 10 years apart. So this is my baby. I think she was
Well, I'm
born
gonna help you
already.
out.
I'm gonna say at least 10 years ago was when I don't know. It wasn't that long ago. But see, the thing is, I had heard of her. I just didn't hear her character or her what is the word?
Okay. Well, you knew Shell was, you knew there was a problem 13 to 15 years ago with Shell.
Yeah.
And in that time, when did
On,
you
I helped you
realize
out.
that it was Queen Opp? That was the wedge.
Kirby
I
gives
was
me
scrolling
Queen
my
Opp vibes.
Facebook, the only app that I'm on, and I saw a video, and I immediately saw my cousin. I saw
too.
Shell.
So this is,
Because it starts with the parents first.
how many years ago? You say 13 to 15 years ago is when.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say at least over about 5 to 7 years ago.
Okay.
And it's been that long. That's sick. About 5 to 7 years ago, I was on my Facebook, and somebody on my friends list from Philly shared a video, and it popped up on my timeline. And I immediately saw my cousin, and I was like, damn, oh my God. The chick was ripping the wig off of her.
Wow.
And that was a video that I learned had went viral. I think that's how a lot of people came to find out, or learned about who this Queen Opp bird was, right? I said, oh my God. Oh my God. So then at that point, I started, I immediately went to Instagram because I think whoever shared it, the video came from Instagram. I felt out of the loop. Like, my cousin was going through this. At this point, all I was told was that she had left Philly with her girlfriend and she moved down south, which I knew was more to it than
But
that.
you heard this 13 to 15
This
years
13
ago.
to 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then I'm seeing this video later on. And like I said, somebody had shared it from Instagram. So I immediately went to Instagram and oh, you know what happened? They had her name, her handle on Instagram or something. And then that's when I seen all the videos eating dog poop on all fours and getting wigs snatched off her head.
This is your cousin eating dog poop and getting wigs snatched off?
Yeah, that one video that I seen on Facebook, somebody had shared it from Instagram. And so what that did was that led me to go on Instagram and start, researching.
So this is the first time you heard of Queen Opp.
This is the first time I heard of Queen Opp. This is not the first time I heard of her as in,
Right.
but this is the first time I heard of her handle, her
Right.
I don't know her alter ego, whatever you call it. This is the first time I heard of her character, her alter ego, whatever, on social media.
So you hadn't heard anything? This is just basically what you just saying?
I found out on the internet like everybody else, which is messed up. Like I really feel some kind of way about it. Why did I have to find out about this chick on the internet with other people? Why wasn't I told what was really going on with my cousin with this chick?
Right.
The only thing I knew that I was told was that she left Philly with her girlfriend that she was working at ShopRite with, who she was babysitting her son at her mom's house, which was literally 2 minutes from where I was living at.
So
Well, at the time I wasn't living there. That was my grandma's house, but I have already moved.
do you feel like certain truths were deliberately being held from you?
He sure
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, they was.
There's a lot of love
And you know why they was?
So for certain truths to be being withheld from you, that would mean that certain people were aware of certain things.
Absolutely. Bingo. Certain people were already aware of certain things and didn't want me to find out. You know why? They didn't want me to find out because I'm a truth teller. I'm a truth teller. I deal with reality. I don't live in delusion. I can't afford to live in delusion. And I think. I'm a thinker. I'm a critical thinker, and I think for myself.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I am. I've always been a brilliant child. I've been an avid reader, and to this day, very intuitive, very discerning. Even,
Okay, so now that Queen Opp and your cousin Shell, they're together, they're making skits. What do you think of these skits? This is
Skits. They're not skits. Trust
when
me.
they first get together, when you're first aware.
Nobody
What do you
does
think of these
skits
skits?
and have
What skits?
black eyes.
I mean the skits.
There are no skits.
You,
There are no
The
skits.
cousin was serious. This whole
There are no
interview,
skits.
I don't know what this dude
All of
talking
These
about.
are not skits.
Oh my god.
That's what she told y'all, and that's what y'all believe. Y'all people really believe these were skits. This is her
I
doing
believe
her.
the interviewer believed it too.
Shell is her prop dummy.
Oh my god.
And then she tell the internet, and since most people don't think for themselves, most people have to be told what to think, which is the audacity, because these the same people that's calling Shell dumb and you this and you that, but yet y'all sat up and believed these were skits.
Mm-hmm.
Rip the wig off her head. Oh, that's just a skit. Having her all fours eating dog food and dog feces. Oh, that's a skit.
Ain't no
Having
skit to
her
me.
perform
fellatio
on a homeless crackhead. Oh, that's just a skit. There are no skits with this chick. This chick she's not smart enough to do a skit. She's not disciplined enough to do a skit.
She's talking about Queen Opp ain't that, right.
to see
Queen
your
Opp
cousin?
ain't that smart enough to be
I
doing
was
those skits.
devastated. because
She was
this
doing
is
stuff
somebody I know
maliciously
personally,
to that
and I
girl.
know she didn't deserve that. She really was trying to be this girlfriend. She didn't know that she was the prop dummy, and it's not her fault because her mind is not fully developed.
What do you think of Queen Opp?
She's disgusting. She's disgusting. She's a clown. She's a weak bird. She's weak,
Where's she?
disgusting, despicable, a clown. She's a man. She's please. She can't get it. That's why she has to move around outside of Philly the way that she does.
Now listen what she
Where's
said,
she
because
from?
I said the same thing.
I was told my cousin
Queen's
Kirby
scared.
told me
She
she
don't
was
go
from
outside.
Baltimore, and I had to ask her. And I asked her because it was so ridiculous to me. I said, cuz, this chick can't be from Philly. Her girlfriend, where's she from? Because I know she ain't from Philly. No, she from Baltimore. This was a later conversation
It would be Joy.
when my cousin Kirby called herself opening up a little bit more to me about the chick. It's like this information was being hidden from me. And yet I'm the key. I'm the key to helping prevent this from happening again.
Wow.
But it's like this information was being held from me. And she said, oh no, she from Baltimore. She ain't even from Philly. I said, well, yeah, I figured that.
Right.
I figured she wasn't from Philly. She don't strike me as no Philly chick. That's why she had to name herself Philly's #1 troll. That's all she is a troll that live under a rock, come crawling out of rock like a little rat, a little troll.
So she's not from Philly?
No, she's not from Philly. But
I
see,
thought she was
what
from
gave
Philly.
her little ego, I don't know if you seen that Gilly movie that she was in. You seen that joint, the Gilly? It was a little Gilly Hood movie she was in.
Which movie? Because I'm gonna reference.
I gotta get the name of it for you.
Ooh, child, this man
She
here
had a little
made me go to
5-minute
sleep,
little
though.
scene in there. Shout out to Gilly.
Shout out Gilly.
Shout out to Gilly from Philly. I rocks with Gilly all day long and Wallow.
Gilly and Wallow.
All day, $1 million worth of game. Yes, all day. So I guess because she had a little 5-minute scene that the Philly brothers gave her a chance to put her in a movie. Oh, she blew that. She had to resort to beating on mentally challenged chicks.
That's crazy.
Well, she's referred to herself on multiple occasions as a county girl.
She has.
Can you explain what that is exactly?
One that can't come through the city, because if you come through the city, somebody gonna beat her up.
Chick. It's a chick that
because people know her from
will
social
not
media.
do not and know better than not
to come in the
to
city.
be in the city.
Because somebody gonna hurt her.
The city is too overwhelming. She can't move in the city the way that she can move in the county.
She can't run no game.
People in the city.
Nope.
She
She'll
can't
get hurt.
burn people in the city.
Yep.
Now, let me say this.
She'll catch a bad one.
No, she can't. Because I'm thinking about the wannabe stud that she running around with right now. Even though she's supposed to be from West Philly, she's challenged too.
Yep.
She's
Danny
slow too. She's a clown too.
Danny?
Yeah, the chick Danny. The fake stud. The fake stud. She ain't even, the wannabe stud. The Telesport, everyday Telesport drinking fake stud. Yeah, I've been keeping up. You damn right I've been watching. My cousin was with you clowns. You damn right.
All right, then.
You damn right I've been keeping up with it.
How do you think she ended up?
I think so too, fictional.
On the New York Billboard.
Somebody had to help her get on there. Somebody had to help this bird.
She keeps saying bird.
Who admits that she's disease-ridden.
Yep, she admits
multiple children having CPS case having.
Oh my God.
Getting kicked off the Section 8. The housing authority somebody had to put this bird on the billboard, and I want to know who. Who had to connect?
Oh boy.
Somebody tell me who put her up on this billboard in New York. New York.
I mean, I need to know.
I want to know who put her up on the billboard in New York. Pronto. Pronto.
Well, all right.
It's ridiculous. It's a joke.
What do you say to the people?
Why would y'all even disrespect New York like that? Go ahead.
What do you say to the people that say If you're so concerned, then why isn't she with
I
you?
think she has a
Why would she
dependency
be
issue
with me?
too.
Anybody that asks that question, you're not a critical thinker. And that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why would she be with me? This is not my child. This is not my sister. This is not my daughter. She's going to be with her immediate family, her mom, her sister, her aunt, her dad.
Right.
Why would she be with me?
You
But I
really,
tell you this, if she was with me, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation right now. I'll tell you that.
mm,
I'll
Mm.
tell you that.
mm. You really think you can keep her away from Queen Opp?
I never said I could keep her away from Queen Opp, and guess what? I don't know if I can. Because I'll tell you why.
Was Queen Opp better than that? I mean, she's had her for almost
Yes,
15
yes and
years.
no. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Mm-mm-mm.
The no, she can't hang with me intellectually. She have to have disabled people around her. She
Yep.
can't be in a room. She can't have a conversation with thorough people. You never seen her around a thorough person. Have you ever seen? Look
Have you
at
ever
all
seen her by
anybody
herself?
that's
Period.
listening to this. Look at any
Queen always
video.
got to be
Have
around
you seen
somebody.
her around thorough people?
Nope.
Have you seen her around any
That's
thorough
what I always
person?
say.
She making up stories on thorough people.
Y'all hear me say all the time, if Queen could for 30 days go and do all this stuff she do on social media, her trolling or whatever she calls herself doing for 30 days, I'll shut my mouth. She always got to have somebody that got special needs like Danny or whatever to have around the clown and do foolishness with. That's
What's his
true.
name? G Herbo, the Chicago dude. She's sitting up making up lies on them. You
Yeah.
never seen this chick around thorough people.
Nope.
She's always around mentally disabled, drunks. Look at the chick she with now, no teeth, wanna be stud, mentally challenged. She has to have someone who's mentally disabled around her.
So she
That's
can
telling you
shine.
right now.
So she can shine.
So yeah, she met her match. As far as the energy, hell yeah, I can keep up with that. Intellectually, hell no. She can't match me on her best day. She can't match me on her birthday. As far as wits and intellect is concerned, hell
paying
no.
money for Opp to do.
And she
Yep.
knows she can't. That's why she gotta
Joy.
have people like Shell and this chick Danny around.
Yep.
I mean, if you say that she's been mistreating your cousin, I mean, if everything you're saying is
I want to
true,
put this interview in a headlock.
what can drive a person to this type of behavior?
I've seen plenty of.
I mean, I'm not a mental health professional, but I can only assume from my own study, because I study human behavior. Like I said earlier, I'm an avid reader.
That's what I heard too, Carla.
And one of my favorite authors is Robert Greene, who some of y'all may know as the author from 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction.
Very questionable.
Just to name
Empress Red.
a couple. I don't know. What I do know is she's not as smart as she thinks she is.
She's talking about Queen
moves
Opp
too
is
fast
not.
for herself.
Yep, talking about
Look
Queen
at the
Opp.
situation she's in now. How you a go-getter? How you a hustling? You can't even stop having babies. What kind of hoe? Your hoeing
Exactly.
stinks. What kind of hoeing is you doing? What
Stop
kind of hoeing
asking
are
the
you
questions and let her talk.
I mean,
exactly.
She has proven to be magnetic.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
the very people that are against her now were actually
None of them
donating
was
to her
skits.
cause.
Ginger, right.
Well, guess what? Okay, but that just means that this is the people
Right,
that she
exactly.
draws up. Goofy,
Cut her wig,
mentally
breaking
challenged people.
glasses.
Yeah, and this Randy Who chick, I'm glad you brought that up. I just watched a video of this goofy bird. I think she's from North Carolina. I don't know. Some goofy bird named Randy who was one of her biggest supporters, was on a video with Moneybag Yo baby mom Juicy.
Carmel,
These
tell
birds
me
have
about
the
it.
nerve to be on a Justice for Shell train, and they was her biggest supporters. This bird Randy Who had the nerve to say She want to talk to somebody other than Kirby. Are you serious?
She's
Talk to
speaking
me
big
then.
facts. Yep.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
I want this bird to talk.
Right.
Bird, what do you have to say, Bird? Talk to me. Since you want to talk to somebody other than Kirby, talk to me.
She
What
said
do you have
bird.
to say to the
Queen's a
people
bird. That's her new name.
that say
Opp
ain't
bird.
nothing about Queen Opp sweet and she got a loyal following?
Hey,
Been
Oh,
from your perception of how y'all think, y'all right.
he said
She
she
not
been in
sweet
movies
to
like she's
y'all
some
because
superstar.
y'all sweet.
Who's this
Because y'all
interviewer?
allowed her to play in your face.
Who's this
She your
interviewer?
idol. That's who y'all look up to. That's who y'all admire. So from your perception,
I
y'all
think
right.
he's trying to be funny.
But at the end of the day, y'all slow. Are the same ones? Y'all the same ones calling Shell retarded and you this and you that?
You just as slow as her.
What does that say about you?
Yep.
That you think this chick is not sweet. This chick is a clown. She can only have mentally challenged people around her. I never seen her in a room with somebody that can match wits and better.
Yep.
I never seen her in a room with people like
Me
that.
neither.
The Gilly movie she was in, that don't count because she was given a script. That doesn't count. The Gilly movie doesn't count.
What do you
What do you? This interviewer, man, he's a trip too, man.
what do you say? What's the infatuation with her? Then
Right,
It must be the fact. It must be the fact that she maybe the accent. She talking fast. I mean, who was her biggest supporters? Where y'all from? I need to know. I don't really want to put it out there in a certain type of way, but she has a certain demographic that supports her, that are obviously infatuated with her accent.
Sick.
Which she's trying to sound like she's from Philly. But I've been watching every now and again that Baltimore accent come out, and guess what? I love Baltimore. I got family out there. I got cousins, second cousins that I'm close to that's from B-More. Shout out to B-More. But that's where the infatuation comes in at. She's talking fast, she moving fast, and she's appealing to degenerates.
So does she garner support from Philadelphia?
Hell no. She don't garner no support. The only support she garnered support from two people from Philly. Shell and Danny.
What about Baltimore?
Baltimore, man, that's why she ain't in Baltimore. This is why it's important to think and to learn how to think. This chick from Baltimore, but she moving around in the county outside of Philly. She moving around in the suburbs of Philly. What does that tell you? That mean B-More don't F for her. Can I cuss on here? This mean B-More is not feeling her.
B-More being Baltimore, Maryland.
B-More being Baltimore, Maryland. I know B-More because, like I said, I got family from there. I got family right now that live there that I talk to on a regular basis.
A lot of things were said, as far as on Michelle's concerned. A lot of things were said that might be hard for the average family to overlook. What do you have to say about that?
Well, guess what? Are you going to be mad at her? If you're mad at her, it's because you're still in denial that she's a mentally disabled person. You can't get mad at her for anything. This is like getting mad at a 3-year-old. See, the problem is most people are only able to discern and perceive what's in front of them. They don't know how to go beneath the surface. So because she's 36 years old, because she trying to sound like Opp, and she trying to talk fly and heavy, you mean yo and all that on the videos, this woman is mentally challenged and she has to be told what to say. She literally needs someone to think for her. So 24/7, 365.
Even all of that you just said, like, and all that. Like, you're saying she was told to say that?
Yeah, she was told to say that. Yes. Yes. Remember that video where Opp was sitting there, the bird Opp, she was sitting there, and the chick, Danny, was doing like a pregnancy cast over her stomach. and Shell was in the video, whatever, and then the chick Danny hit her in the head, and some of y'all said y'all was trying to figure out what it was that she hit her in the head with. Some of y'all said it was a frying pan, some of y'all said it was a blow dryer. Do y'all remember what Shell said when they was yelling at her and fussing and everything? She said, I wasn't paying attention to what y'all was saying. I was just trying to play my video game. I was just playing my video game. Think about that for a minute. Don't say nothing, Supreme. Think about that for 1 minute.
Right. Well, you got a channel called Smoking on Queen Opp. Can you explain to the viewers what that's about?
Smoking on Queen Opp is about exposing the truth behind the psyche of this bird, Queen Opp, but not just her. I would never devote all of my time and energy in dragging this bird. She easy. That's why she Philly #1 troll. That's why.
So she's trolling Philadelphia.
She's trolling Philly. Yeah. This is why she's Philly #1 troll. She'll never be that chick in Philly. Never.
But she'll
She ain't
never
even
go
that
to
chick
this.
in,
She'll
in
never go to the
Baltimore.
city.
Apparently, that's
She'll
why you
always stay in the
left.
suburbs.
And now you a county girl in Pennsylvania. You a Pennsylvania county girl. My channel and why I created it was to shed light on the archetype, the Queen Opp archetype. You don't know what an archetype is? Look it up. Google it. Y'all know every damn thing else. My channel was about shedding light on an archetype, which is an ancient energy that has been around since human existence, which is people like that who prey on the weak and the helpless and the vulnerable. They're in the same lane as pedos
So this is
and
bigger. This is bigger than
SA
Queen
people.
Opp.
This is bigger than Queen Opp. She's one of the henchmen. She's one of the henchmen for that archetype. This is bigger than her. She ain't nobody to. It's easy to take her out. She taking herself out. She ain't even a good hoe. She can't even hoe right. She can't even. What type of hoe? No good hoe keep on having babies, which ultimately ruins their bag. This hoe need management. This 304, this is a busted 304. She ain't no bar man. This chick is sweet. So to all the people that say she ain't sweet, you're wrong. You're one of the people that can be taken advantage of by Philly's #1 troll.
Well, what do you think about the Oppsters?
The Oppsters, to be honest, I put y'all in the same category as Shell. I don't mean to laugh, but again, I have to laugh because I don't want to have a heavy energy over me. Because this is my cousin. And at this present moment, I'm not allowed to have any sort of influence over her that will ultimately help her. I'm the key. I'm the key to preventing Queen Opp and the Queen Opp archetype and the Queen Opp energy from abusing her and anybody else that's like her. The Oppsters, to me, they're degenerate. These are chicks with CPS cases, multiple baby daddies,
She said
multiple diseases,
CPS cases.
houses in Virginia. A whole bunch of y'all got houses in Virginia. I mean, kicked off of Section 8 Housing Authority, BVs. Yeah, y'all doing what I do. Smelling your fingers and scrunching your face up.
Like what she did in the
What
cab that
Sexy
day.
Red say? She said her cum is clear and y'all cum is green. That's that yeah. Y'all know who Sexy Red is? That's y'all. Y'all the ones who cum is green. So that's what I think about y'all. I don't think nothing else about y'all. So y'all can't chew gum and walk at the same time.
What can people learn from you and your channel?
What y'all can learn from me is how to exercise discernment. how to think for yourself, how to set and enforce boundaries, how to not get caught up with the Queen Opp energy that, again, is an ancient energy that's been around since human existence. People have been taking advantage of the weak, helpless, and mentally challenged since humans have been in existence. Y'all can learn a lot from me. Just subscribe to the channel. This is the very first video, but trust me, there's more to come because I have a lot to say.
What can the viewers expect?
I'm going to set it up where y'all can ask me questions. That's one of the main things. I'm going to set it up where y'all can call in and ask me questions. Be prepared to support this channel. Because what I'm doing, I'm not doing this in vain, and I'm not doing this for my health, and I have other things to do. Yes, I love my cousin. Yes, I love Show. But I have a whole life outside of this. This is why the only app I've ever been on is Facebook. I'm not on no other apps.
I mean, I've noticed you've started a movement. I mean, based off of this,
Yeah.
I, the smoking on Queen Opp.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly got something started here. You're actually selling T-shirts that say "Smoking on Queen Opp." Could you please
Look,
elaborate?
listen. All y'all gotta do is subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all don't want to miss this. This is going to not only help my cousin, this is going to help y'all too. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I already said that the only app I've been on for years is Facebook. I had an Instagram. Well, I still got an Instagram when I was selling jewelry. I haven't posted on that in over 10 years. So that's telling y'all I'm not a social media. I didn't grow up in a social media age that a lot of y'all did. Because I know a lot of y'all that's Queen Opp supporters, a lot of y'all grew up on social media. So y'all don't have the skills and the tools to really deal with life. And that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna help y'all out.
Because everything's done
Well,
online.
growing up, coming up as a youth, can you recall
This dude here,
like
oh
Granny
my God.
getting like special treatment from the other adults around you, like they where you would feel that it is something it was different than the
Oh,
treatment you
this
were
is
getting?
crazy.
Well, what I can say is that my Aunt Alice, who y'all know is Mabel, she treated Shell like she was just her baby. Like she spoiled her. She loved her. So all them lies, all that stuff that Shell was saying about
This is
my Aunt
Aunt
Alice
Alice.
slash Mabel.
This
This
Aunt Alice slash Mabel
yeah,
would be Michelle's grandmother.
that's Michelle's grandmother, which is my grandfather's sister. My
Okay.
grandfather and
Okay.
Aunt Alice slash Mabel are
Just so the people
siblings.
can follow.
Yes. So she was the only one that I would say really gave her special treatment because y'all know how grandmothers are, y'all know how grandparents are, especially grandmothers. Grandmothers baby everybody, but other than that, nobody really
Based on your
gave her the care and the treatment that she needed as a challenged person. They just sent her out in the world like she was normal, like she was just a normal.
But was it? Do you feel that was she normal in their eyes? What she?
Yes, hold up, I'm so glad. Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead, finish answering
That
the
was a
question.
question.
Yes, she was normal in their eyes because clearly they were operating from delusion and lies. She was normal in their eyes because they were operating from lies.
But I mean, operating from what lies? Who
The
told them these lies?
Nobody had to tell. They told themselves them lies.
Wow.
They was in denial. They were in denial about who she was. They were in denial because of embarrassment. And look, I'm just assuming why they lied. Embarrassment, saving face, shame. So they sent her out in a world that she was not prepared to navigate. That she not even prepared to navigate. Because even us as parents that have normal functioning children, we still have to prepare them to navigate the world. She's not
Well,
capable. That's the difference, Supreme.
if
She's not capable. There's a
if
difference. Go ahead. My bad.
if they don't see that there's an issue with her mentally, why should they feel that basically my question is how did it get to this? I
How did it
mean
get to this? As far as her
I
with
mean they don't
Queen Opp.
yeah, yeah. I mean, how did she end up with Queen Opp and all of these issues? She has all of these issues, but no one sees these issues.
Nah, you saying no one sees them. How you know they didn't see them? People see things all the time and then pretend they didn't see what they seen. I'm pretty sure. Listen, her dad is a chemist. Her dad is a chemical engineer. You're not gonna tell me this man that has degrees in a subject as complex as chemical engineering didn't see that his daughter was different than other kids her age. I believe they seen it, but I believe that's where the shame set in and the denial, and then they just pretended that she wasn't challenged. And they sent a challenged person out in the world who was incapable. Because, like I said earlier, there's a difference between someone who's incapable of navigating the world and someone who isn't prepared. We prepare our children to deal with the world, right? We raise them, we give them principles to stand on and lessons, and we're preparing them
She
to go
wasn't.
out in the world and navigate. This is not about preparing her. She's incapable. That's the
Mm,
key word. Understand what I'm saying?
mm.
The key word here is incapable.
Do you feel she's loved properly?
No, she's not. She's not. When you love someone properly, you accept them as is.
Mm.
As is. No matter how embarrassing you think it is, no matter what other people may think, no, she's not. How many people would have to wait until the police kick they doors, kick a chick door in to save their mentally challenged family member? None. Not in Philly. Not in a whole lot of places. I don't give a damn if it was bumblefuck, whatever, in the deepest south. No, nobody who loves their family member would not ever have to wait for police to kick the door in. First of all, it wouldn't have never went that far. It wouldn't have never even went that far.
Right.
Because they would have already accepted that their loved one is not like the other people their age, and that this is what they have to do to keep them alive in the world. This is a matter of life and death.
How do you feel, and what would you like to say to Randy's supporters?
To Randy supporters, I just want to say, I know a lot of y'all was once obsters. Nothing gets past me. Understand that. Just understand that I understand and know that a lot of y'all was once obsters. I want y'all to I want y'all to understand and figure out why you was even once a supporter. Why you was even once an obster. Figure that out. We're not gonna put the cart before the horse. Figure out why you was once an obster before you became a shell supporter. However, now I want to speak to those who are genuine shell supporters who were never with this nonsense from the beginning, who was never with this demonic, this was never with this. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I send y'all nothing but blessings and positive energy and all of that. But I'm not going to pretend because, again, I'm a realist. And because I'm a realist, I'm not in denial and I deal with what is. And I understand that a lot of the Shell supporters, the Justice for Shell, were once obsters.
That's true. That
What
is
I
true
want
though.
y'all to do, figure out, and I can even help y'all. I'm gonna have some stuff coming up too to help y'all. I'm gonna have some things created to help y'all figure out why y'all was even once obsters to begin with. I got some stuff coming for y'all to help y'all figure out why you was even obsters to begin with.
We're looking forward to it.
I'm telling you, it's life saving. And I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all was obsters at first, and y'all got disgusted. I don't know at what point. I'm curious. Let me know at what point. This is what I want you to do. I'm gonna give y'all some homework. Let me know on this video in the comments at what point did you become disgusted and went from an obster to Justice for Shell. I'm just curious. Help me help you.
Hello. So I'm trying to read through these comments here. Um that was for the people that are just coming in the room. That was Michelle's cousin. The interviewer, don't shoot the messenger. The interviewer, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what kind of interviewing he was doing, but I almost went to sleep. It was a slow interview because he was just asking dates and just stuff that wasn't relevant. But I'm glad that she ignored what he was really saying and was just speaking off the top of her tongue. You know what I'm saying about the situation of when they were kids. She was basically saying what she heard as a child from adults about Michelle. People knew that there was a problem then. Only one that acted like they didn't know there was a problem was Michelle's family. And, you know, that to me, she was being real. The sister, when she did that interview a couple of years ago on Big O, she wasn't being real. She was sitting up there going around in circles. You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. You're gonna either get up here and do the interview and tell it like it is, or don't get up there and do it at all. So the cousin is pissed because it should not have taken no cops to come in there to do a second wellness check to kick no door down to get that girl out of there. Simple as that. And you could tell that day Michelle was crying out for help. That day, I believe Michelle was glad the police came in there and kicked that door in. She may have acted like she wasn't, but she was glad. She was glad. Now I got a whole bunch of comments because I've been doing a couple of things around the house here and letting you all listen to the video. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's real sad. Yeah, but the interviewer is, but I'm just glad that the cousin kind of sort of took over the wheel of the interview, and she was like basically saying, "Man, let me tell my story. You know what I'm saying? I lived this story. This is my family here. I know what time it is. I grew up with Michelle and her older sister, and we're not gonna do this, bro." So I don't really know what he was trying to get at. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he does interviews. I'm not an interview channel, so I can't really criticize how an interview is supposed to go. But it's just he just I don't know. He was putting me to sleep. Let me see. Let me take this down though. Let me remove this. But it's sad, and and it is sad when people keep saying there's storylines and oh yeah, Queen Opp, she does troll. Yeah, she sure does. But that ain't no trolling what she was doing to that girl. That wasn't no trolling. I think Shelly was loving somebody. Michelle was loving somebody that wasn't loving her back the same way, and it happens. So can't fault her for it. But she was never gonna get the love she wanted probably from Queen, and she just stayed around saying it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, and it's not gonna get better. It didn't get better. She ended up meeting somebody else, and Queen allowed Queen Opp allowed that girl to put her hands on Michelle, and Michelle didn't deserve that. And that time when they got mad at her when she went and snuck and got the phone, she was calling for help. Come on now. Why would you sneak to go get a phone when they go out? She downloaded the app and called somebody on the phone. She was calling for help. Trust me. Trust me. So it's just a real sad situation. I wish Michelle the best. I'm not here to you know, um, character assassinate her, but there had to be something going on with her for this to take place for 15 years. Yeah, I agree. It looks like something was wrong with yeah, so hey Michelle, balance it. How you doing, sis? But yeah, something had to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, beside her wanting to be there for Michelle, I mean, for Queen Opp and be her friend. Michelle, Queen Opp wasn't trying to be her friend. She was using her for a bag, and she's doing it with Danny. But see, her karma's gonna be Danny, because Danny's gonna hurt her. Danny's gonna end up hurting her. Danny's gonna end up hurting her. You mark my words. And it's gonna be her karma for what she did to Michelle. You said I'm in Philly and nobody knows her. No, that's what I'm saying. She is be in the suburbs. She be on she be on the side that nobody's gonna see her, because if she goes in the city, somebody that see her on social media that don't like her is gonna hurt her. Philly is a dangerous state to live in. And then when you're playing around on social media, pissing people off, and then you want to call yourself going through the city, that wouldn't be a good thing for her. She's scary. I've been told y'all that. I said, you peep that Queen don't never get on social media without unless she's on there with somebody, which is usually Michelle, which she's gone now, and now it's Danny took her place. And it's always somebody she can clown and shine. I'm trying to tell you, Shelby, she is an evil person. And a lot of people that were her supporters, they knew it wasn't skits either. Come on now, let's make it make sense. When somebody's making you eat dog food, that's a skit? Nah, that's not a skit. That's inhumane behavior. That's not no skit. That's not no skit. That's her trying to clown Michelle. Look at what I can get her to do. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. And people with common sense that was looking at it like myself, I'd be like, man, this is crazy. I wish I would let somebody tell me to do the skit. Why didn't Queen Opp do the skit sometime? She never did no skit. You said, I love the cousin SL. You should have done it. I'm trying to tell you, Joy. I'm gonna try to reach out to her, because whoever she was interviewing with, ooh, child. And I'm not an interviewer, so don't get me wrong. If she was to come onto my platform, I would ask her questions, but I'm not I'm a commentary channel. But if that dude is considers himself an interviewer, he's not a Tasha K. I tell you that much. Shelby, we don't support. Baltimore doesn't subscribe to Simps. This dude, oh my God. That's why I try to tell y'all at the beginning, the ones that were here at the beginning, honey, prepare yourself. I didn't want to sit there and judge, old boy, but I said, this is retarded. I said, ooh, woo. I was so angry. It was a blow dryer. Hey, Susan. Yeah, but yep. She's the only one. I don't care what nobody say, because you'll always find somebody that's gonna have something to say. Um, she's the only one out of the family, which was her sister and now the cousin, as of today makes 3 days, that got up here and spoke up for Michelle, and she's the only one that kept it real. Whether or not you want to hear some of the stuff she could have said could have been triggering, but she was keeping it real. She grew up with her. Not real dramatic performance, a play from a writing human. Shirley was not the skits. It's just nah. They was just. I mean, come on. She get on there sometime, like the time when she had the black eyes, and she had a like they shaved through her hair down the middle of her head. I mean, come on. One side was one color, and yeah, then they put on lipstick so they could cover up her swollen lips. Yeah, man. That's why they was off. From my understanding, they was off for 2 weeks. And then when they came on the YouTube live that Friday, the day that the cops kicked in the door, um, they had just came on to social media because they probably couldn't go on because Michelle's eyes were all messed up. Because you could tell that they just opened. They must have been badly closed. Yeah. Because when I seen her eyes, I said she looks like her eyes just open. Like they were shut, like she was in a boxing ring. It's sad. And she thinks it's cute, you know? But like I said, every dog has their day. I'm sitting up there trying to keep up with these comments, at least put them up, pin them up to let y'all know I do see them. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all don't like hitting that like button. Hit the like button and stuff. I thought this was actually going to take longer, but no, we made some good timing because y'all know I'm good only for about an hour and then I'm ready to go. But yeah, I just really wanted y'all to listen to that. And like I said, on the top of the description box of all my videos is the cousin's YouTube channel. Please go subscribe and support that lady's channel. I'm I'm subscribed, so and with my notifications on, so when she does another video, I can, like I said, research. Yeah, she's definitely banned from the city. Queen Opp is, so I can do some research. Research this stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and just get a feel of, the mindset of somebody that would allow someone to do that to them. You know what I'm saying? And when I visualize some of the stuff that she was doing, I've seen older videos that I've came across, like the last night that just popped up because I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos on Queen Opp, and some of the stuff that I see is sad, man. Making her sleep on the floor, but she got a bed. I was thinking the whole time they had their own room when they had the spot that they was in for the longest time, before they got this last spot. And I always thought Michelle had her own room. She does have her own room, but she makes her sleep on the floor. I said, wow. Then when I seen that video when she had got Queen Opp's food wrong, but she got her order right. Queen Opp made her put her chicken fingers and everything in the toilet bowl, then take them out and eat them. I said, wow. That ain't no skit. Making somebody take food and put in the toilet bowl and making them eat it. That's not no skit. That's not no skit. It's just sad. It's sad. And then when you hear people saying those are skits, she was just trolling. Yeah, I'm not. There's no doubt. Queen Opp trolls, but that ain't trolling what she's doing to Michelle. I'm sorry. That ain't no trolling. So she said, definitely, what he said, facts, definitely a busted 304. Yeah, so listen, I appreciate y'all coming through. There's so many comments, man. I ain't gonna get through all of these. But make sure y'all hit the like button, show some love. And I'll definitely be back with an update. Just like I updated you today, letting y'all know about this interview. I'm very appreciative of the cousin coming on here and just expressing how she felt. You could tell in her voice she's very, very disappointed in her family. And I'm glad that she took over that interview with that interviewer. And she was pretty much just talking and wasn't really even listening to what he was saying, because I don't know what he was even saying. And he was just on some, I don't know, in La La Land and stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, she took over that interview and she said what she had to say. And I hope y'all really, matter of fact, I'm gonna put a link. Let me see if I can get the link so y'all can just go over there right now and subscribe to that lady's channel. Let me see. I want to make sure I can hold on one second so I can get the right link. Yeah, because there should be more than 103 people subscribed to her channel from here. So I'm gonna give you the link. So hopefully y'all will go over there and subscribe. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I'm about to get off because I gotta finish cooking. I'm making some curry goat, rice and beans, and I'm trying to finish this up. I've been multitasking, so I'm trying to finish this stuff up. So hold on one second. So listen, I just put it in the chat. So let me see. Maybe I don't know if my mods can pin it, or maybe I can pin it. Let me see. I gotta go back to it. But yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel, man. Cause to me, she's the only one that really kept it real about this whole situation. And I gotta give her credit for it. I gotta give credit when credit's due. So it's right here. This is her and you'll see it at the top. It's called Smoking on Queen Opp. And she sure did. So and just think about it. That was her first interview. She's not a social media influencer. So she did well for somebody that did an interview for the first time. She said she don't be on these social media sites. She ain't into all that weird stuff. To her, this is kind of weird. So this is all new to her. So yeah, so just make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. But listen, I'm about to get off. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Thank y'all for coming through. I love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel as well. Y'all stay blessed and I'm out. Love y'all. Have a nice weekend. Mwah.